Roxy with your Getting Your Life report. This particular report is going to be a ballroom basic training. I've had a couple people hit me up as to how balls operate, and I wanted to get sort of a play-by-play as to how a ball is carried out. I'm going to do it in layman's terms because I know that a lot of the women in butch and trans men don't really do the gay scene and may not know ballroom terminology. So I'm going to be sort of giving you definitions and translating or whatever. Basically, the time that's on the flyer for a ball to start is when the ball should start. The reason why balls don't start on time is because the people who need to come and participate and walk and what have you are not on time. So the first rule in every ball is be on time. It's respectful to the host, it's respectful to the DJ, and you will not be there till 7, 8 o'clock in the morning waiting for your category to be called. Simple as that. Usually what they do is they're gonna announce the commentator. They're gonna let them get their life. Most commentators are legendary or some kind of star statement in the scene. They're not going to be just regular anybody's. So the commentator will come out, and the next thing that they will do is legend, stars, and statements. Now, some people call it stars, statements, and legends, so you'll see SSL or you'll see LSS. But either way, what they're doing is they're bringing out the people who have sort of made a name for themselves in the scene. You have the stars who are up and coming, people that have been they have been walking for some time. They've been, really making, they've been getting their life. I don't know how to describe it anymore, but they've been putting themselves out here, taking the risk, sort of, maybe not winning all the time, but they've been making the name for themselves. Statements have been making the name for themselves for a longer time. They might be aiming towards legend. They might be walking in other states, so more and more people know who they are. Legends have been walking for 6 or more years, have been deemed by icons as the blueprint for their category. So legends would be normally last. They might come out and show a little bit of what they do, what their category is. If they're performance kids, they might come out in Vogue. If they're runway, they might do a little pump. If they're realness, they're just going to be themselves, walk back and forth. If they're face, they're going to sell a little face. If they're, in fashion, they're going to show their fashion. They basically showcase why they are who they are. Right after that, the commentator will call the judges to the judges panel. So that's when you'll know exactly who's on the judges panel, and they'll take their seats. You're going to have, some balls have one commentator, some have two. You're going to have to listen to both. One will give a social commentary about the ball, and the other one will pretty much be the master of ceremonies and make sure that the ball moves along. They're going to run down the order of categories, which a lot of times is not what's on the flyer. So as the printed flyer comes out, it's just a list of what categories are on the docket for that night, but they're going to tell you in what order. Normally a commentator is going to tell you the next 5 categories in a row. If you're walking any one of those 5 categories, as soon as you come into the building, you need to be getting dressed. Don't wait until 2 categories before. Don't worry about being revealed and people, seeing you, because once you're out there, you're out there. It's not like they can leave and go get a brand new outfit to beat you. They've already brought their effects. So go and get ready. That way, when your category is called, you are ready to pump. Now, when you come, you're going to come to the top of the runway. A lot of houses wait until the last few people have come because they're going to, they got a production, or they want to debut a new girl and pretty much shock the audience or gag the judges. Don't worry about that. You can get a gag will happen whether or not you walk first, you walk third, or you walk last. Just make sure that you do the best that you can when you're on the runway, period. After that, you're going to walk and sell yourself to the judges. Now, if this is runway, you're going to pump up and back and forth. If it's body, you're going to go up in pose. If it's sex siren, you're going to, basically sell yourself to the judges. If it's face, you're going to sell to judges. You want to make sure that every last one of them have had their chance to see you. So don't just stand in the middle thing and go to yourself. You're basically showcasing yourself to each and every judge. After that, the commentator will ask them whether or not they see it or not. Do you get your 10s or are you getting chopped? Basically what they're saying is a 10s is saying that, one, your effect fit the category. Your costuming for the evening fit the category that was on the ball flyer. And two, you fit the category. You have face and all 5 elements. You are real. You have a good strut in your runway walk. You have a good body and know what to do with it. All of those things are tabulated when they give out a 10 or a chop. Now, a chop is basically saying that you have been disqualified for that category. So whether or not, it said to come in all black and you had on red socks, they might chop you. You might have face, you might have body, or whatever the category is looking for. But you have to come in the costuming that the category description asks for. So you might get chopped for that, or disqualified for the category for that. So keep that in mind, that sometimes it's not quote-unquote shade. Sometimes they didn't think that you put too much effort into your costuming. Maybe they felt like you didn't sell your face as good as you could have. Or maybe they don't really think that you should be walking that category. Regardless, don't automatically think that they don't like you or they don't see you. It could be more things behind that. How do you fix that for later? You ask questions. If someone has chopped you, don't take it personal. Perhaps you'll see them at the end of the night, or see them on Facebook, or maybe you know them on Twitter, and you ask a question and let them know, like, listen, you chopped me for such and such category, why is that? Now, it might come off shady when they say it. They might not know the best way in order to tell you that they don't see you, but don't take it as a learning experience. Do better next time. If they felt that if it was for your effect, take more, initiative as far as being creative and making sure you stick to what the category description was. If it's because they don't see you for the category, perhaps it's time for you to research another category. Don't take it as, okay, I'm not going to walk balls anymore, because that doesn't benefit the judges. It doesn't benefit the ballroom scene, and it definitely doesn't benefit you from getting your life. After those who have been chopped are removed from the battle, you now have all those who have gotten their 10s. They battle against each other in what is called battle zone. Now, depending on how the commentator works it out, you might be battling against, you and another person. It might be you and 2 other people, but they're going to do as much as they can to make sure that the ball is flowing as quickly as possible. So this is the best time when you sell yourself once again, but now they have to pick you out of however many people you have to battle. Most houses will have more than one person walk a category because they want to have more than one person battle, hoping that when it comes down to the last few people, it's only their house left. So you might have to sit down 6 people from the same house. You might have to sit down 1 person from the same house. It's all different depending on how many people walk. The best battle is those who have more people that come out and walk, those who do what are called stunts or tricks. You might have people that pull off a wig, or whip out a prop at the last minute, or show something of themselves that they didn't show when they came out to get their 10s. That's called a stunt, and those things are vital when it comes to balls. Those are the things that get the crowd going. It's those shocking moments. That's what the crowd is looking for, and that's what makes a battle really, really hot, when everybody is determined to win. After the judges have counted down, the majority rules. So they're gonna give everybody their points, and whoever has the most, or depending on the amount of judges, whoever has the highest amount of votes, gets grand prize, and they're given the trophy and or cash prize if that category calls for cash. And then the commentator is going to move directly on to the next category. That's how it's going to go throughout the entire night. Nothing changes. Sometimes in a major bowl, they might have a slight intermission where they change judges because they've watched 17 categories and they want, they need to stretch their legs. So you might not walk, in front of the same judges throughout the entire bowl. Some judges are able to sit there and literally judge, 37, 40 categories, but not all the time is it like that. For mini bowls, they're going to be shorter categories. They're not going to be as lengthy. You may have more open to all categories, so that way people are just forced to battle, like just get in and get out. For a major ball, it might be given by a legend. It might be given by an icon. It might be given by the entire house. To break that down, most mini balls are given by individual people. Now, they might be from the same house. They might not be from the same house. But it's something to play. That's what I'll say. It's not as major, so the level might be taken down. But don't think that you have to downgrade your costuming or your selling, but just because it's a mini function. When it comes to a larger ball, you're gonna have maybe 30 categories, and it might be split up between all the different gender roles, and that might be given by a house. I.e. the House of Chanel Ball that's happening September 4th in Atlanta. They are throwing it as a house, so no one from the House of Chanel is allowed to walk it. But if it's given by an individual, i.e. Legendary Jamie Balenciaga, Misty Prada, Lady Blahnik Iman, and legendary Miss Teresa Mizrahi, the four legends, are throwing a ball October 9th in New York. And I, for the life of me, cannot remember the name of the ball off the top of my head. But those four legends are throwing a ball, and everyone from their house is allowed to walk. So it's a difference. But that's going to be a major ball. They might split their judges, in the middle of the function. Basically, if you pay attention, really watch why certain people got chopped in comparison to other people. If you stop and pay attention as to what the commentary is with the commentators, because they'll kind of make fun and poke fun and get the crowd to laugh, but you really need to listen to what they're saying and what they're asking you to do. A lot of the times people don't pay attention and they will get read, i.e. Told off at a function because they're not listening. Please listen, because if you listen, it'll go by much faster, and that's what they need you to do. But if you pay attention, you'll be able to get more of why certain beats are used for certain categories. You'll get used to what a category really means, as far as what a face girl looks like, what a body girl looks like, what have you. And you really get a feel for effects. And I believe my next vlog will be about taking effects to the next level. But right now, I just want you to get fully versed on how a ball operates, so that way you'll never be late, you'll never miss your ball, and by all means, you get your life. So, like I say in every video, a ball consists of creativity, showmanship, and having fun. You combine all three elements in order to get your life. And with that being said, I sign out. This is Roxy.